So my sin of the day, I was talking to my therapist, and my therapist decided this was her day to get in her bag. And she asked me, why aren't you in a relationship? I don't know, it was a special.
I was going to ask you that today.
My excuse before my conversation with my therapist has always been I'm not in a position to provide a woman with a proper piece of land. I'm not where I wanted to be for me to be able to be in a relationship.
The normal black man relationship?
For me to be able to want to keep a woman in a relationship. So that's the excuse that I used to as my therapist. She's asked me that before, and we've conversated about that before, and she let it go. I told her that again because she asked again. And she said, bullshit. Why are you not in a relationship? And I repeated it again, like with the stupid Nelson face. So she called bullshit again. And I don't like talking about the conversations that I have with my therapist because, you know, some of those things should be a little private.
Yeah. Even
though I have a public platform that I enjoy talking about my life. But this is one I was
better
like,
that she talk about it, not her on her show. That'd be a little crazy.
Well, because of HIPAA.
Yo, if my therapist has a show and I don't know about it, problem. We have a fucking problem. But she basically said, I'm taking everything you've been saying for me for the last year, and we got to address something. And she basically said, one of your biggest issues with women is that, or your biggest issue about dating women is the ones that have the I don't need you energy. And I was like, 100%. I hate women that use that in argument. I've made the, what was it, episode 21? Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to Blair Watch.
You want to feel necessary? You want to feel necessary?
No, I don't want to feel easily replaceable. And I said that in episode 1. I was like, I've been in too many relationships in my past where I have fallen victim to a woman saying, I don't need you. I said, the next time I hear a female say that, I'll be like, okay, bitch, and I'm going to go cheat on you, and then I'll break up with you after I cheat on you. But I'm not going to tell you I cheated on you. I'm just going to make you feel like the asshole in the relationship after I've already got my nutted off on a different girl.
But I
so
like,
is you telling me I'm replaceable?
Yeah, but I feel like if you're going to cheat on her and you want it to sting, you should probably tell her. No?
Self-satisfaction.
But
me
in
first.
What circumstance?
But that's not really...
What was going on?
Oh, no, as long as it's in here, it's working.
In what circumstance was she like, I don't need you? What was happening?
In argumentative conversation. As a guy?
Anything can be said.
Yeah, but like...
Women wait till those special moments to use the most shit that'll hurt you the most.
But I just feel like something was going on that it came up that like, hey, I don't need you. Like, because nobody's going to just really say that.
Have you always used a response that is relevant to the argument that you're having?
Sense, Ayana.
Have you always used a response that is relevant to the argument you're having?
Shout out to you.
Right. Well, like right now, see, this is
women do that all the time.
You'll
be talking about how you leave dirty clothes on the bathroom floor, and then you be like, all right, I'll get around to it in the day. I don't understand why you're always on my back about it. I go home every day. I fucking work. I come home to provide for this family and stuff. You be like, well, that's why Jeff's dick bigger than yours. And you be like, where did it come from? Like, women do that kind of shit. That was an extreme, but women do that kind of stuff all the time.
That's evil. That's evil. But it gets different when you're emotionally
charged. Call
you know what I'm saying?
That's one. That's one.
Well,
2 more. Nah. You not.
No. Let me just say.
I gave you a pause.
I bowed that, but because you said that, I'm trying to be, respectful of my, because it could be a thing all day, but it's true. It happens. Sometimes in arguments, people say stuff that they don't mean. So I'll give you one.
People or like
have
women? No, because most times y'all do it a lot more. Like most times we say we mean in arguments. A lot of times you'll just say whatever out your mouth.
That's why hurt feelings from women come from women that know men. I made that argument before.
Yeah.
No woman can hurt your feelings unless she knows you, because she knows your weak points. She knows what to use in an argument towards you.
That's true.
A man can go into Walmart and make three stranger women cry. A woman can't do the same.
I watched the episode when you said that. That's
true.
Yeah.
That's true. But what's crazy about that? I don't understand the guys that like to fight women that's not their girl. And I mean verbally fight, of course. Like, I don't get like that with like women.
I've had the female argument.
I don't mean banter. I mean like really cussing the girl out. Like that's like not your girl. Bitch, like I never get that. That's weak to me.
Yep.
I got nothing for that.
Yep.
That's all I got.
I don't know niggas that like. I don't associate with niggas.
I've seen it before.
That
I'm
give
just
you
like,
the fuck you energy to a woman they don't know in a public place.
Yeah, it's low.
It's one thing for you to slide into DMs and do some dumb shit like that. I'm kidding. No, it's not. But it's still, yeah,
It's all insecurity.
But so she brought that up because we're still at the center of the day. Keep forgetting that.
Yeah, we got
it. So she brought that up, and she was like, the fact that like you hate the most when women tell you don't need her. And she told me, think about your last or your most significant relationship, and what was the problem after. I was like getting over her, and she was like, I need you to understand the correlation here, because what you might have thought was obsession or what's the other infatuation or something like that. Maybe that was your interpretation of the phrase "till death do us part." Maybe you had the ideology of spending the rest of your life with this woman, and that wasn't the idea for her. Maybe you struggled with waking up in the morning because I've gone through like mental health issues out of the wazoo out of just that relationship alone. So she was pointing out that maybe you have suffered from that because it was hard for you to wake up in the morning without knowing that person was there. Knowing that she is completely fine with waking up the next morning and you not being there. Wow. So the correlation she was making was maybe you were always looking at that relationship like we're always going to, no matter what, we're going to end up together. And the only way we're not going to be together anymore is for death. To the point that you're like, yo, I can't live with this female anymore. Or I can't live without this female. And maybe that's what your one thing that you carry over into all your future relationships. I'm not dating a woman unless she can't wake up the next morning without me.
It's crazy how one significant woman can literally like lay the trajectory for like the rest of our relationships for a while. Mm-hmm. Like I still deal with some stuff from like my high school sweetheart, and this is 15 years ago at least.
Shout out to growth.
I feel so bad because I hear what the both of y'all are saying, but the only thing that I can think of is men get their heart broke one time, and then everybody after that got to deal with the aftermath. That's all I heard.
Is that not what y'all do?
No.
What?
Also, time out.
Do we not pick up the pieces from the last 5 people that y'all did?
Time
Not
out.
just one. We
Time
leave
out.
out with one.
Time out.
Y'all will have 5 different pieces.
Y'all get
Shout out to
y'all's
my
heart
exes.
broke one time
Right.
in the 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sarah that you meet when you 20 years old got to deal with the fact that you don't trust nobody because little Esmeralda stole your piece of candy out your lunchbox.
But see, the difference between men and women is men will go through 3 relationships. On their 4th girl, they'll fall in love. And then they'll go through 3 more relationships.
After
and that
that?
4th girl, after that, they'll fall in love with the 4th girl. And they'll go through 3 more relationships. But they will always be affected by that 4th girl. Mm-hmm. Y'all will be affected by your 1st guy until you're affected by your 2nd guy, until you're affected by your 3rd guy.
And never get healed by either one.
I think they
No healing. So now I gotta, like in our arguments, I gotta deal with my stuff that I've jacked up. The last dude, the other dude, your dad, your uncle, your brother, every dude that's
y'all setting the expectation off of every ex. We are setting it off of one.
If the man come correct, no, you don't.
That's not true.
If he come correct, no, you
That's
don't.
not true.
I don't know what kind of women y'all dealing with, but if she come correct, no, you don't.
I wish that like we could have conversations and women actually acknowledge that they don't heal from stuff before they go to the next guy.
Facts.
That
women go to the next guy to heal.
Men are already in a relationship before they end the one that they're in now.
But we are not using that relationship to heal.
Or
men will date and have no emotional attachment to the woman they're with.
Women will be single and be healing and dealing with it while we just broke up yesterday. You already in another relationship. But y'all will jump into another
relationship while y'all are healing.
Wow.
Y'all don't even heal.
Exactly. Sometimes we just cooking our dirt to the next door.
That's not me. I can't.
Right.
I take breaks.
Hey,
after a relationship, I take at least a year.
Hey, look, I reposted something and I'll never forget it for the end of time. Shout out to my homegirl Nat for this one. Men don't heal, they start podcasts.
That's a fact. That's what we just did, huh?
Hey, you know what though? And I'm not trying to like run nothing, but what you said also made me think about the topic about is marriage
necessary?
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
I promise you. Because we're still at my sin of the day.
Don't forget.
Which ties it all in. That was my sin of the day is the fact that, like, no, I still stand up. I'll support that sin. I will say that, no, I'm still not going to put myself in a situation in which a woman does not value my worth to the relationship. And the type of person I am, I'm already into that relationship when I know that you're going to get that kind of value from me.
I think that's a solid sin to stand by.
So,
I mean, and shout out to you for going to
wants
therapy. People go to therapy.
Yeah, shout out mental health.
Hey.
Yeah,
Shout out mental illness. Shout out to detachers, but shout out mental illness.
I don't think that anybody should be with somebody that doesn't value them.
Mm-hmm. And but look, here's for millennial podcast. So let's nip the bullshit in the bud. If you are a millennial, you are 26 to 42, 38, 42. You are old enough to know what the fuck you want in life. So let's nip this shit in the bud. If you are in a fucking relationship and you do not see yourself spending the rest of your life with that person, you should not be in that fucking relationship. You know what you want. You're old enough. You know how to make adult decisions. You should not be wasting somebody else's time. If you can look at that person and say, I don't need you, get the fuck out of your relationship. And not wasting each other's time.
And that's why I say within 3 to 6 months, you know.